Hi Brad, I'm just going to whip up a video so that I can sort of hit all your questions here. I'm also going to provide a link to an article I have about working with the responsive.css. But in a nutshell, the picture for mobile, go to the Site Styles Miscellaneous folder and open up the responsive.css. We're going to look for the Newo slider and the image right here on line 47. This image here is what loads in for your mobile. So if you have another image you want to load in, just make sure it's the same size as the portfolio large. We'll take a look at the sizes in a second and put it into the themed images folder. You can even call it mobile.jpg or whatever you want. And it is going to be 600 by 298 pixels. So 600 wide by 298. Sorry, it doesn't need to be that size. It can actually be a little bit smaller. That's what I meant to say. Because your mobile, the maximum width on a mobile phone is about 500 pixels, right? So what happens with the picture on mobile is it's only going to display kind of whatever is whatever's available, because it's designed to go, it's a background image and it's center. So if you have somebody's face over on the left hand side, it may be somewhat cut off on a portrait, somebody holding the phone up and down, if you use a 600 pixel wide. So I'd say go with like a 400 pixel wide image, and you can change the height for it right here. So if the image is, 300 pixels, or sorry, 200 pixels tall, you may want to change that a little bit. Just change this here. And say you up this to 200, so you're adding 40 pixels. Make sure you add 40 pixels right here to the header top height as well. So whatever you increase this. So that's just a couple of tips there. Let me go back and check the rest of your questions. Okay, I'm thinking this is the Newo slider you're talking about here, where the heading and the description is right here. For the larger picture, like so your index page basically, or your primary layouts, they're the only ones that use the larger picture and have a heading and text over here. Okay, and you would edit that in your library Newo slider right here. You would edit the information, your heading 1 and then your example text, and then the view page, that's the button, and you can just use the hyperlink properties to link to a different page in your site if you want it to link to a different page, and that's it. But that's for the primary, so your index page. Now your other pages, that's different. Okay, we open that up. They have header content and this information here. This is not related to the picture. Smaller picture over here, but the information right here you edit in the page directly. Let me show you. Open this up here. Okay, this is editable text right here. You can change that and you can change that in each page, and it's designed to be more like search engine friendly text, something you'd want to put in. I mean, same with the optional title and description. That's search engine food, if you want to call it that. Whatever the content of the page is about, you probably want to have a title and a description that's somewhat related to it, so that when Google searches your site and your page, it sort of will know what type of information this page is going to contain. Okay, so with the photo gallery, I'm assuming that when you look in the page here, it doesn't say, it's not updated, right? Let me just go see when you said the logo wrapper. I'm just trying to find that out, make sure we're on the same page here, because we have okay, so there's the logo wrapper right there. Now you don't actually update the logo wrapper. Let's see what loads in here. The logo wrapper, what it does is this. You see how it has a div container called website name and then a closing div tag here, and it loads in the logo.html page right here. Now you could essentially just copy this website name right into your, this include here where that green text is, and it would still work the same, just you'd have to update the logo wrapper. But you said it's not updating the site somewhat, which is, you have an include right here, and all that does is load in whatever. It loads in the logo wrapper, which loads in the logo.html page, which is right here. Now, it's very possible that, when you open up your page, first of all, check in the design view to see if it's updated. Okay, if it's not updated, what you do is you go to your tools, and recalculate hyperlinks. Okay, try that out first. That doesn't work, go to site. Come on. Site settings, uncheck this here, say yes, and then once it's done its processing bit, go back to the site settings and recheck it, and then hit yes again. Okay, what that does is it takes a look at all your library pages, your include pages, and it says, okay, all these pages here, in this folder here are embedded in certain areas of your web pages. Let's make sure that information matches up, and that's really what it does.